Holy Gospel according to Luke. In the 15th year of the reign of Emperor Tiberius, when Pontius Pilate was governor of Judea, and Herod was the ruler of Galilee, and his brother Philip, the ruler of the region of Ituraea and Trachonitis, and Licinius, ruler of Abilene, during the high priesthood of Annas and Caiaphas, the word of God came to John, son of Zechariah, in the wilderness. He went into all the region around the Jordan, proclaiming a baptism of repentance for the forgiveness of sins, as it is written in the book, the words of the prophet Isaiah, the voice of one crying out in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, make his paths straight. Every valley shall be filled, and every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough ways made smooth, and all flesh shall see the salvation of God. The Gospel of the Lord. Please be seated. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen. So we know we're well into Advent now, because here's John the Baptist, the first inkling of John the Baptist being around. And he quotes the prophet Isaiah. And you can argue where the comma or the semicolon is meant to come, whether the voice is crying out something in the wilderness, or whether the voice is crying out to people in the wilderness. It doesn't matter. Amounts to the same thing. Interesting though it may be, amounts to the same thing. But to understand the power of those words, you've got to remember what period Isaiah spoke and wrote those words. This is second Isaiah. There's at least 2 or 3 Isaiahs in the book of Isaiah. You can tell by the subject matter and the vocabulary, it's quite easy to figure it out. There's more than one voice. This is second Isaiah. Second Isaiah writes while the people are in exile in Babylon. The word of hope that you hear in the gospel reading and in the quotation in the gospel reading from Isaiah is a word of hope spoken to people who are far from home. It's a word of hope spoken to a group of people who can barely remember what home was like, who have spent and will spend yet more years in a foreign land. By the rivers of Babylon, we sat and we wept when we remembered Zion. For how can you sing the Lord's song in a strange land? Asks the psalmist. The people were yearning, and Isaiah gave them hope. The opening passage from Isaiah, which isn't in the reading today, is very familiar. So you know the intent of the passage. It's incredibly familiar, so you know that it speaks words of light. Comfort, O comfort my people, says the Lord. Familiar words to Christians at this time of year. So I know that many a preacher takes this text from Isaiah and from Luke's Gospel and zeroes straight in like a heat-seeking missile. And let's face it, preachers produce a lot of heat. Like a heat-seeking missile, we tend to zero in on the words repent. I mean, they're good and they're meaty, aren't they? There's nothing a preacher likes than to look at the congregation, wag his or her finger, and say, repent. So, repent. All of yous, repent. But that's not where I want to focus this week. I want to focus on this image of being in exile, of knowing that we are far from home. And we know that subconsciously, even if not consciously. Some of us know it consciously because we remember. We remember the old places and the old people. We remember the old sights and the old sounds. We remember the old feelings of home. And oftentimes, though decades might separate us from those memories, though many of the people in those memories may be dead and gone, and at the very least our childhood and innocence is long gone, we remember and know that we're not home. But an even greater number know that subconsciously. There aren't the memories or the echoes, but there is a space in the heart. And that space in the heart tells us that something is missing, even if we can't name it. St. Augustine, or St. Augustine, depending on how you want to say it, he had a wonderful image for all this. And many of you will have heard me say this before. Just suck it up for the benefit of the folks who haven't, because it is a great image. And Augustine, one of the church fathers, Augustine was talking about evil. But bear with me, because I'm going to make this fit if it kills me. He was talking about evil and said, we have this image that evil is a thing. That it exists. It has shape and size and feel and touch. He says, it doesn't. Evil is the absence of something. It's the absence of love and justice and mercy. And he had a fantastic analogy for it. He says, consider a shirt. And obviously I'm going to colloquialize this, so don't take this too literally. He actually said a tunic, but let's just go with a shirt. Imagine you've got a shirt. And one day you take the shirt out of the closet, and you notice there's a hole in the shirt. The hole isn't a thing. It doesn't exist in time and space. You can't walk to the store and say, I need 2 small and 1 large hole, please. It's for my shirt. The person serving you cannot wrap a hole up in a paper bag and send you home with it for all the love and all the money in the world. The hole is not a thing, it's an absence of a thing. In this case, it's an absence of cotton. The cotton used to be there, the cotton isn't there anymore, and in its place is a hole. Augustine said it's like that with evil. Evil is not a thing. You can't insert it. You can't hold it. You can't touch it. It's instead an absence, a space where love and forgiveness and mercy used to be and is no longer. Well, that's a wonderful explanation of evil. But I think it also diagnoses a human condition. There is in our hearts a hole. It is spiritual. It is deeply emotional. We don't know how it got there. And sometimes we're not even conscious of it. But it's there nonetheless. People who suffer trauma or abuse, they often try to self-medicate through alcohol or drugs or promiscuity, any number of things to heal the numbness, to fill that gap caused by the trauma of abuse or war or terror. But I think it's part of the human condition to have that hole. And I think it's a very human thing to try and fill that hole, that gap, that absence of something. And we fill it with the darndest things. We fill it with possessions and property. We fill it with power and influence. We fill it with money. We fill it with busyness that accomplishes nothing and goes nowhere. We fill it with self-gratification And the strangest thing happens. The more and more we get, the more and more we have, it never seems to fill that hole. It always seems to be there. It becomes like a bottomless pit into which we pour all of these created things and still find ourselves yearning. Augustine would say, we're yearning for the Creator and simply compensating with the created, with the things of this world. In one of the most beautiful and poetic phrases a church father ever wrote, Augustine says, "Our heart, O Lord, is restless until it finds its rest in Thee." When we wonder what kind of exile can we possibly be in? Okay, there's this Scotsman who always sings the old Scottish songs with a tear in his eye. There are transplanted Yankees galore in this wonderful place called Florida. But that is only the beginning of an understanding of exile. We look at this world and sometimes feel as if we don't belong. We look at this world and know that something is not right. We look at our lives and our hearts and know that something is absent. That is exile. But there is a homecoming. Isaiah said, speaking for God, "Speak tenderly to Jerusalem, and cry to her that she has served her term, that her penalty is paid." That's what redemption looks like. That's what homecoming looks like. That's what reconciliation in God through Christ Jesus looks like. That's what repentance looks like. Not a scary judgment, but the knowledge that the one who is justice and love and peace is about to come into the world. In the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord. For the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all people shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. To which our only response can be, thank you, Jesus, for our restless hearts find our rest in you.